Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. We've got a special day for you today. You can see the studio is in gold. We're not using our normal green, as we're always making money here on the show, of course, but we are showing you gold today. We've got the studio all lit up gold because we have a special gold event. It's part of our Meet the CEO series. And we've got a CEO live on the show today. You're going to love this one. It's come at a perfect time, of course, because you can see my portfolio is breaking all-time highs. We started with $5,000. We're now at $109,635. That's done pretty well. So my portfolio is doing very nicely indeed. We just had some good economy figures from the Fed as well. Employed numbers are up now. More and more people. We don't want to see now people being made unemployed anymore. We've got inflation below 2%. In fact, we've had it for quite a while, but the US does use backward-looking indicators. We've known it in the UK. We've known it in Asia. We've known it in Europe. Canada have known it for a while. The Fed are behind the curve, but the US economy can afford to be a bit behind sometimes because they are the biggest economy in the world, and no problems here. But we're talking gold today, and we're going to talk about the price of gold and how it all gets very exciting around about now. Let me share with you on the screen gold. If we look over the last year to date, up 20.96%. It's outperformed the S&P. And the S&P, as you know, is the only stock that I own. And I like that S&P, of course, and I do that for the reason of never pumping and dumping stock. I'm here to be the most honest live YouTube TV channel in the world. CEOs like that because I'm not here to pump and dump their stock. I'm not here to sell the stock. I'm not here to promote our guest today. I'm simply here to bring you the information about this company. Jeff is a friend of mine. I've met him in person. We were at a party together with all my friends in the Dallas area, and Jeff is here today to share his story about his journey with Diversified Mineral Group. And you may find it interesting, and you may want to talk to Jeff personally. You may want to email him directly, and you can contact him yourself. So, and you might want to get involved in the business. Now, basically, Jeff is the CEO of Diversified Mineral Group. It's a gold mining business plus other things, and what he will do is he will allow you to be able to buy a convertible note. It's a private company, and you can buy a convertible note, and then when the company goes public, then it converts into stock, and he will tell you about how that works with the benefits you get and the discounts you get. You often see when a stock IPOs, you often wonder how did those at the company get the better prices? Well, that's because they invested when it was a private company before it went public, and that's how this whole thing works. So we're going to bring Jeff on the show today and tell you all about Diversified Mineral Group. We're very excited to bring it to you. Jeff was telling me that they're getting some updates on their website, and they're going to show you lots of other bits and pieces as well today. So we're going to talk to Jeff live on the show. So we are talking gold. It will in a few moments time go members only. We don't want bots and trolls and scammers phoning in. But if you do want to call in, be part of today's show, and you would like to talk to Jefferson Boots live on the show, you can do that. Okay? You can all contact him. Right, so without further ado, let's get ready. Jeff's waiting for me in his nice posh big leather CEO chair, and get excited. So everybody tap the like button. We are talking the shiny stuff today. Gold, the studio is gold, and we have gold glistening. So would you like to be able to buy into a gold mine before it goes public? get that convertible note, own the business, talk directly with the CEO of the company, be able to understand what the business is all about. We saw Jefferson Boots a few months ago live at the New York Stock Exchange. He was there getting set up to become a publicly traded company. It's been a while since then, but we now have Jeff on the phone, video called in. He was here early, ready to talk to me. I went a few minutes late because I had a technical issue and wanted things to be just right. But without further ado, would you put your hands together and please welcome onto the show for the third or fourth time, a regular guest of mine, Jeff. How are you, mate?
I'm fantastic, Martin. How are you?
I am well, Jeff. We've had an amazing run on our channel with 33,000 subscribers. I think you first came here. Was we about 10 or not? I don't know where we were, but we keep growing. We keep growing. So,
You're doing a fabulous job, and so I tune in once in a while to watch you.
dear, that's nice to know. That's nice to know. Well, many of my members I know have contacted you privately. They've emailed you, they've messaged you, asked for further information. Then you're here to update everybody. You're here to update the world because you are now speaking to 64 countries. We added Vietnam today, 64 countries in 14 different languages. And later on, this live broadcast will go out as its own video as well, and it will reach the world. So you're able to talk to everybody today and update us with what's going on. Now, let's start from the beginning because lots of people might be watching for the first time, have no idea who you are, how I met you, where we got to meet each other, what your journey is, what you are right now, and what you are planning to become, and then explain how, if anybody does want to invest with you, how that should work. Jeff.
Well, thank you. This is, not
Oh,
an overnight story
Jeff.
here.
Hang on, Jeff. We've just lost your audio for some reason. I don't know why that would be.
Am I
Just give me
back
a
on now?
Oh, perfect. Yes. That was strange. We lost your microphone. Okay, carry on.
So anyway, Diversified Mineral Group was actually created back in 2005. Uh, we were previously public under a different name and on the Nasdaq exchange. And when gold tanked back in the early 2000s, we kind of redirected ourselves. And as gold became more prevalent and prices started going back up to normal levels, we got back into mining gold and developing some projects that we have today. We have two gold projects in Arizona in different stages of development. The Frisco project, which people can see on our website, uh, diversifiedmineralgroup.com, is engineered and ready to go into production. We're waiting on some funding, which I'll explain in a minute. We have the Van Diemen, which is about 50 miles north of that, which is all both of them in the northwestern quadrant of Arizona. Uh, we have, since I have talked to you, I have been one time to Dubai. We have a very exciting opportunity with a group in Dubai to do a very substantial letter of credit that will allow us to put our two mines into production and to also acquire some additional properties all in the gold field. This has not been finalized yet. We're waiting on going over. So hopefully I'll be going in September back to Dubai and getting this under wraps. And that's kind of a very exciting thing for us. Um, we have, as you know, I was at the New York Stock Exchange the last time I was on your show, and that's a very exciting process. It's a very difficult and time consuming process to, when you're undertaking this type of endeavor. Is not easy, with all having to do the financials and the audits and all of the registration statements that are, required. But, we are pretty excited about getting that finalized here in the next coming days. So,
Oh, please
we
carry on.
are, Yeah, we're excited about the price of gold today. I mean, I have heard from Wall Street bankers in New York that, they're talking about $2,700 an ounce, and I'm like, that would be wonderful. But sitting at 25 and change right now is making us very happy and very, you know, we're biting at the bit to get our projects into production.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a lot of investors here that love to buy gold. It's always over thousands of years, of course, it's always delivered a good return and sets all-time highs. And your business obviously will, your company will benefit from the increased price in gold all the time, right? It's associated
Yes.
directly.
Well, we have some variable costs that, come in when you mine gold. There's always certain cost for your leases and royalties that escalate with the price of gold as a percentage. But the bottom line is that as the price goes up, our overall cost, to mine sits at a much lower rate. So, at $2,500 an ounce, that's a very, very profitable position to be in right now.
Absolutely, and we all know now that we've brought inflation down. We know that rates are about to come down. The stock market is rallying. We're hearing good numbers across all the different sectors now. I'm expecting and predicting a 3x on the S&P 500 in this decade. The economy is strong. Hopefully, we might even see now a quick end to what's going on in Ukraine with Russia. We've now got Ukraine going into Moscow last night. Can you believe that? That never happened since the Second World War. And I've been saying, because I study history a lot, and I went all the way in history, and I believe that we're going to get a surprise there, and it's going to end a little bit quicker than people first thought. And then we're going to have a massive rally on the stock market, another 10% in addition to where we are already predicting. So this economy is strong. The US economy is strong. Gold is doing well. It's always going to do well. You've explained to my audience about your journey so far. We all remember you at that day in your car, it being chauffeur driven to the New York Stock Exchange. That was very exciting. The first day you went there to register for that, and you've explained that it's a matter of patience. It's a timely matter. It doesn't happen in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot to
Oh,
go
it's
through. We don't normally get the opportunity to talk to somebody who is private, and the process you just hear about public companies. You don't realize it
yeah, yeah.
years of preparation and planning and financing to get those things in place. As you've said, you've been running around the
It is a
world
very hard process.
doing, yeah.
It's time consuming. It's not for the faint of heart. I will have anybody out there is thinking about it. But I have a phenomenal team around me. I've got good board of directors. I've got good management. We've got which is very helpful. Plus, our attorneys and accountants are excellent. We had a little setback when our our auditor for 21-22 was kind of slapped on the wrist by the PDOC, who controls public auditing. So we had to get a new auditor, which set us back a little bit, and find somebody that knew the mining business and also would work off of our former auditors' books and records. So that was a little bit, but we've passed that, and now we're pretty excited about the end of the year, what we're doing and what we're going to achieve. And when this whole situation in Dubai and the letter of credit comes through, it'll put us into a different ball game, and
I'm
excited
going
about
to
that.
ask you. I'm going to ask you in a few moments. First of all, about how people contact you and what is a convertible note, how it works, what you offer if anybody wants to invest in a private company as it is today, to become a public company, and also talk to you about your unique patented technology, which is what I'm interested in, what makes your gold mine
Yeah.
specifically unique and potentially a good investment. Potentially, I'm not giving financial advice here. We're just having a conversation. But also, it's important to remember, because this journey is long and it takes time, just like with me growing my channel, as you succeed, you get trolls. You get people who try to bring you down, try to knock you. And Jeff has had the same experience, and
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll appreciate me bringing this up. This was not. Confirm, please confirm with me, Jeff. This was not pre-scripted. You've not told me what to ask you. You don't know what I'm going to
No,
ask you, right? Right? That's how
I
we
have
do
no
things here.
idea.
No. Get ready, Jeff. No,
So
everything's fine.
shoot away.
Absolutely. Jeff has always, I think this is the third or fourth time he's been on the show, always just off the cuff, not scripted. We're having a conversation. That's what this channel is built upon. That's why we have the highest engagement rate of any channel on earth. 98% of our viewers are live members. We're not here to promote or pump and dump Jeff's stock. I only own the S&P. You all know that. And Jeff, just like me or anybody else building a new business, has people, troll the internet and go, Jeff's been in this position for several years. He's been trying to bring this company to public, the public audience for a while, and he's always asking for money. So Jeff, just for those that will be watching, who will then comment below the video, who will say it's all a scam and so on, please do explain the fact you've always been here live, always answering questions live, and explain that process and what's been going on for you in the past.
I love it when people do this. You know, we have, obviously COVID put us everybody out on for 2 years out of business. Um, I had another year when I had personal surgery but we've only, we started the process probably back in 2018 uh, to when we in earnest decided we were really going to go public. Uh, And then, I'm going to tie this in with the technology that you brought up. Uh, we were going to do a Reg A. We were figuring on going on the OTC. We were going to, doing that. COVID hit. It kind of, disrupted everything. But in the end, it was a good thing because when we got finished doing the uh, work on the valuation on our technology that we've been developing, that put us into a different ball game. And then with additional drilling and geological work on the Frisco project, which upped the value of that, we decided in early 2023 that our valuation was too great for going on the OTC, and it was decided that we would switch and move to doing an IPO, which took me to all the big investment banks in New York. And I won't name them all, but I mean, I was at all of them, from the biggest of the big to, down to the middle level. And a, uh, we came to a position where we knew what we wanted to do and how we wanted to structure this. The audits were completed.
Oh, Jeff, you've just muted yourself. Just oh, oh, Jeff, we have a technical issue with your camera.
No man's land.
Okay, we just lost the microphone for a second, and your camera disappeared. Talk to me again.
All right. So we switched horses, and we decided that we were too big. Our valuation on our DTAC technology that you talked about, and we're going to talk about that for a minute, which is going to tie into why we're here today. The technology that was developed at the University of Arizona was a electromagnetic subsurface detection. Um, I was brought in through an associate who was an investment banker for technical um, reasons to evaluate um, the technology. This is going back over 8 years ago. And as we went forward, we realized that this technology is quite groundbreaking. The uh, the physicist who developed it came up with a way of looking into the ground using electromagnetics and sending out a three signals, which created a GPS type signal back, which triangulated anomalies in the ground. And he could do it in theory up to 400 meters. Not only that, he developed an algorithm whereby a geophysicist on the other end could differentiate between these different targets. And by going down and putting a core hole through this anomaly, they would come back up and they would physically know what the anomaly was. And the algorithm will learn what these different elements are. So you can, wherever it goes in the world, now you can, if it pulls up a certain signal, like a fingerprint, it differentiates it. So this was, was a game changer that we will be utilizing in our own mining operation, but it will also be a standalone business, which may uh, and probably will be spun out of the of DMG into its own company. Um, that's what most of the bankers and people in investment people that we're dealing with think should be done. So, but that valuation on that came up quite staggering, and which put us into a different ball game. And then once we came up with the deal in Dubai uh, late last year, we kind of let that develop to the point where now we can, with this additional capital that we're hoping to have closed within the next 30 days, puts us in a different ballgame to where we can not only develop and put into production our own properties, but also acquire some additional properties that will be significant. Um, that's us in a nutshell.
Okay, now I've got your personal email here. Are you happy for me to share it with my viewers?
The Diversified Mineral Group?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
So
absolutely.
you look worried then for a minute, thinking, "Hang on a minute, has he got my?" No, you know what I meant. So I'm going to put your email right now into the chat. So this is for all my members and viewers this morning. Jbootes at Diversified Mineral Group. Here it is. Now, essentially, if you would like more information and you'd like to be able to talk to Jeff directly, you can email him directly, and essentially you can purchase a convertible note. You buy a convertible note, you get an immediate benefit from owning a convertible note, and then you get a discount on the stock when the stock IPOs. That's what happens. Very similar when you see an IPO traded on the public at the New York Stock Exchange, and people that owned the business when it was private, got in before the IPO. That's essentially how it works. Now, I know we are guided here by SEC regulations. We can't give financial advice. This is not a promotional performance today, telling everyone to buy this and so on and so forth.
No.
No, we can't do that. We can't ask specific. We can't answer specific questions. If you're asking, I see people in the chat saying, "Should I buy this?" and how does it all work? You need to contact Jeff privately and directly if you wish to do so. And Jeff, is there anything you'd like to add? Because obviously you are guided, and we have to follow SEC regulations.
Right. I mean, this is just a chat. We're just telling what we are. People can go to our website. It's being there's some additional information being put up on there as is, but the basic of our projects are up there right now. We've got some very exciting stuff that we're doing environmentally that will be up there soon. I can't really delve into it right now, but you will see it on the website coming up in the coming days. Um, we want to do things environmentally correct, and sustainability is a very key issue with us. Mining has a negative connotation with a lot of people, and we're trying to um, put ourselves in a position where we are on the leading edge of being. I hate to use the word green, but because very when you're digging dirt, and it's But we do everything very responsibly, and we plan on doing that and keeping uh, our website up to date with what we're doing, how we're doing it.
Thank you, Jeff. Yes, I did. I did post the link. Stacey, did you mean that just for members? Because we are not in members only mode. No, I know we're not in members only mode right now. Members only can ask questions in a moment. We'll go there in a second if you want to ask any direct questions. Please do not ask questions about your specific share position or what, anything like that. But if you want to ask Jeff about the business and what the business does and so on and so forth, but you can't ask financial advice. We're not offering financial advice here. That's not what this is. Just an interview, interviewing Jeff about his business. But no, Jeff did just say I could share it out to everyone in the chat. So there you go. You all have Jeff's business email there for the business. What we're going to do now is switch to members only mode. So if members only would like to ask a question, remember, again, this is not financial advice. You cannot ask specific questions about what happens if I do this and whatever. We're not providing that service. You have to do your own research, and that's why the website's for and the email and so on and so forth. Anyway, let me go over. Let me go to members only now. So if any member here would like to ask about the business, what the business does, what they expect it to achieve, and so on and so forth, anything, anything to do with understanding what Jeff's business is, then feel free to ask now. We are in members mode. We'll just wait for that to populate. Take about 30 seconds, as some people might be behind the stream very slightly, but you can now come back and ask some questions. So while I wait for the questions to start polling from the audience, Jeff, how does it feel from you? I like to talk personally, between me and my mate. What's it like, and how do you feel? It's been a journey and a process for you. I know that life isn't easy, is it? It's stressful at times.
No.
How do you feel now? You've come this far.
It's always a little frustrating. You want to, you're dealing with a lot of other professionals, and it's always a hurry up and wait. It is a struggle, but it's exciting. I'm having a blast doing this because I love a good challenge. But it is
Certainly. I get that.
maybe it's a very big challenge, but it's been fun. I've got a lot, like I said, I got a great team around me. I got good people that are just, fantastic. And, we can't wait to start, actually producing. That's, our big deal. I mean, it's all about revenue. And we've got one project that is ready to start, and that Frisco project, phase one, and another project that we are going to acquire post once we get funding up in Montana it's in production, but we're going to take it to the next level, and that's going to be exciting. So it's going to be an
Life is
interesting.
nothing, is it, without a challenge? I mean,
It's not.
if it's easy,
No,
it
it's
isn't
not.
worth getting. It isn't worth getting if it's easy. And it's the same with what I'm doing here, trying to grow the best, biggest, channel in the world. It's a
It's
full-time
hard.
commitment. It's hard work, but it's very rewarding. And like you have a good team around you, I have the Lucas Aids. I have an army. I have 300 members in my army, and with 33,000 subscribers, and I've got a good team as well. So I'm very thankful to my team. Right,
Yeah.
we're starting to get a few things in now. Remember, don't ask about specific your share position or whether you've bought shares, or we're not doing any of that stuff. Stacey Bailey has said no question, just wanted to say hi to Jeff from the Baileys. So that's very, very nice. That's from Stacey Bailey.
I
Stacey Bailey has just said hi from her family. Very nice indeed. Let me just clear the bottom screen so you can see the comments. There you go. William, wonder if Jeff is considering using hydrogen fuel tech and any mining operations for the water resources the tech provides. Thank you. This is from William. Are you considering using hydrogen fuel tech at all?
That's very, hydrogen, is a much better fuel source for any engine. I don't know if that's what he's in, inferring. So, yes, years ago, it was only like 12 years ago when we were mining coal in up in Kentucky. We had looked at the idea of utilizing the uh, liquid hydrogen as the fuel for our cat uh, diesels, and coal prices just went completely, down. They turned upside down, and we never got to it. But we had the plans of painting all the cat black with yellow lettering and calling them black cats and running on hydrogen. It's something that I have in the back of my mind. I think we need to get with a really good diesel engineer uh, on engines and see if that's really feasible. But it certainly would be environmentally wise much better.
Thank you, William, for that great question. Thanks for that answer. Yeah, we've got a lot of investors here who love hydrogen, a lot of interest in hydrogen.
I
Stacey,
love hydrogen. Yeah.
yeah, Stacey Bailey asks a fun question. She says, okay, one question. Are you going to join us for your birthday, whenever it is, so Martyn can sing you happy birthday? We do a happy birthday on the show, so if you ever phone in on your birthday.
Well, it's October 25th, so
Oh,
it's coming up. I would love for you, that's how I met you when you were singing, and I got you to sing uh,
right. Well, all
the
you got to
the
do is October the 25th. You don't have to phone in like this. You haven't got to do a video call. But October the 25th, during one of my live shows, I'm live all day, in the morning for 3 hours, in the afternoon for 3 hours. Just be in the chat and say hi. Jeff's here, right? And then
I'll do it.
the chat will blow up. I will go to the piano. I'll sing happy birthday, and it'll be a bit of fun, and everybody will celebrate your birthday. Absolutely. So there you go, Stacey. Mike, one of our moderators and members, where do you sell your gold that you mine? That's a good question. When you've mined the
It all
gold,
goes to
what happens then?
it all goes to refineries.
Okay, oops a daisy. Thank you very much for your subscription. We often get people pop up. Let me just clear that there. It does happen during the show. Let me just take that off the screen there for a moment. Next question. William says, thank you. You're very, very welcome. No problem at all. Let's have a look here. Here we go. Zach say, hi, Jeff. Does the window to buy shares still open? Are you able to invest in your company right
Well,
now?
they have to contact us directly. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't want to talk about that. But yeah. But somebody wants to isn't have them, send an email. We'll be more than glad to talk to you about what we're doing and how we're doing it.
There you go. There you go, folks. That answers that. My birthday is also October the 25th. We can enjoy our birthday song together, says David Ewan. Well, I don't have. Yeah, there you go. One of our members here. Anyway, I don't know if I don't think we have any more questions. We are in members only mode, so general public can't answer questions. So what I'll do, just because we have no more members questions, let me just give it open to the general public for a moment. Let me just change that there. So now anyone else can ask a question. I will read it and check it before I do put it to Jeff, though. Skittle says, thank you. We appreciate you being here, Mr. Boots. There you go. That's a nice comment from Skittle. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeff, we don't have any more questions at the moment. So if you just like to wrap up for us today, what's next for you now? Obviously, you're continuing with your arranging finance and all the rest of it. We know you're running around the world. You just come back from Dubai, but what's next?
Well, I mean, we're concentrating on Frisco right now. Our number one goal is to get that in operation as soon as possible. Like I said, it is shovel ready. The phase one is ready to go. Probably we can start mining immediately, but the infrastructure is going to take about 6 months to put in, is to erect, and so that gold can start being processed. The phase two of that uh, is very interesting because Arizona Silver Corporation, which is a publicly traded company, is sitting to our south, and they are drilling a quartz vein that also runs through our property. So Frisco's 1,200 acres, and we've been watching that very closely, and that's going to be, our phase two is to start drilling and getting, a feel for that and doing a 43-101 technical report, and which could be ready hopefully first quarter of 2025, and that would be very interesting and increase the production. We think there's and could be as much as 200,000 ounces just on that little deposit. So that's our from what we have internally. We're of course looking forward to finalizing the letter of credit in Dubai, and acquiring some additional properties, and that would be very exciting. So you know working on multiple points right now, and
Okay.
just trying to.
Um, a number of people have messaged me in the group saying, "Can we have the website?" Yes, I'll put the website now in the chat. It'll also be available when this live stream comes out as its own video. It'll be in the description of the video. But there you go. There is the website. Here is Jeff's email if you want to contact Jeff. There, I'll put it twice so you can see it. Okay, we've got last couple of questions. You asked for the website, I gave it to you. Will you eventually, this was from O Run, will you eventually move into copper mining, as that will be great for renewables in the future? Is that something that interests you at all?
Oh, yes, it does. And, it's very interesting because, we had looked at some copper mining projects, but that would, when we get funding for the next level and go and get publicly traded, that would be something to round out our portfolio, because we've got some rare earths. That's also, we don't talk about it because that's a whole different ball game. Uh, we were heavily into rare earths, developing alongside the gold, which are much needed, much more than copper, because the China controls 97% of the rare earth market. But the problem with rare earths is not just mining it, is the separations, because when you mine rare earths like in dark monzonite, you have anywhere from 5 to 7 different rare earth minerals in there that have to be separated. And with the current technology in processing, it requires some very harsh, nasty chemicals, um, which is why China does it, because they don't care about the environment, they just dump it. But we were in the process of working with another doctor of chemistry at the University of Arizona, who has now moved on to the Lawrence Livermore National Lab, with a process for rare separation, which is non-toxic, which is something that's on the back of our minds, and we've been waiting for the right opportunity to work on that as well. So look forward to that. If you watch our website and news, that is something that we're very keen on. But like I said, right now our focus on gold, and that's something that is
Yeah.
critical in the long run.
You had a comment here from M. Elliott. Fantastic, Jeff. We hope to see you on your next trip to Dallas or Fort Worth. Sharon Nidier's friend. There you go. Some of you
Yeah.
must know you. There you go. Hello there, M. Elliott. How are you? Lovely. J. James asked the question: how many employees do you have working the gold mines? Good question.
Well, right now we until we go into production. Once we go into production, there'll be quite a few on Frisco. But right now we have nobody working on actual production, because we've been waiting for final approval, and we're waiting for this funding to go through. We've done everything we can in developing the project, and right now we're sitting waiting for this funding to come through,
Okay.
and it'll be in the several hundreds of people.
Yes, of course. Well, Jeff, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Love having you here and listening to the progress. For everybody, if you're interested in speaking to Jefferson Bootes, I will put his website and the business email below in the description of this video. It's in the chat right now. Feel free to contact him if you'd like to do so. But just as a reminder, this is an interview. We're not here promoting the business. I do lots of meet the CEOs. Jeff, I've interviewed about 10 different CEOs now. I have plans to interview Elon Musk and Sir Richard Branson on the show. So you join a good band of...
Very good company.
Indeed. No women yet. They've all been guys so far. But I'm hoping to speak to some female CEOs as well.
Well, you tell Elon I said hello, okay? So.
I will. Hey, you never know. He might email you and say, I like that gold mine. I like a bit of gold. He's always saying people need to do more mining and refining, particularly for metals that he's interested in. So there you go. But Jeff, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Obviously, we wish you...
Thank you so much, Martyn.
It's my pleasure. I wish you the very, very best. I look forward to hearing from you again on the show. And as always, be safe and take care of yourself, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. There was Jefferson Bootes calling in today live on the show. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to end this show now and send you over to the extra channel. I would like to put this out as its own video as well. If you want any information, it'll all be below. I'll give you all the links. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. You'll find Jeff's website and email. And over here, I shall put more information that'll be useful to you. And down here, I'll put the playlist, the Diversified Mineral Group playlist. Jeff has his own playlist. And you can see every time that Jeff's been on the show, everything that he has said, it's all there. You can go back and check and listen in and see how things have changed over time and give you all the information that you need. All right. Thank you very much indeed. And until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, this will go out as its own video. Let me now wrap this up. Let me see if I've got anything to do before we go. This will go out as its own video shortly. Let's have a little look. Send everyone back to the extra channel in just a few moments. Let's bring that up to date. Okay. Let's wrap that up. Okay, so what we'll do now, we will send... I'll come back to the comments in a second. I'm just putting the link in to take us directly to the extra channel so I can wrap up today's show. We do have an earnings tonight. We have snow. Let me make sure that... Yes, I did. I do have that out. Okay, good. I think we are all done. I think we're all done. Right now, I'll come back to comments and questions before I wrap up this show. Mark Saxby, with gold as a run to safety play, does Jeff see a downside in the price of gold? Should the war in Ukraine end and interest rates be cut? Unfortunately, we've lost Jeff now. That's the interview is finished. And Mark, that came in after I'd ended the interview. Elon and Jensen soon. Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Right, let me turn the studio green again. Go from gold to green. There we go. Nice green day again today. As you can see, my portfolio is up. We had some good numbers that took us way over 110 for a moment with those good economy figures. But the market is just trying to steady itself a little bit now because we've got, of course, on Friday, we've got the Jackson Hole situation. So we'll be covering that. How was the non-farm payrolls? Sorry, I missed it. Yeah, it was delayed today, but we did get the information in the end. So let me bring that to you now. Non-farm payrolls. let me share with you. The deal was, for some reason we got it delayed, but 818,000 was the number. Previous 187,000. So more people employed, basically. The number of employed people went up. So unemployment has gone down. Now, we wanted unemployment to go up while we were bringing down inflation. When not necessarily want inflation. We don't necessarily want people to be unemployed, but we want the market to be, the economy to be cooling, and that's a consequence. Now we've got inflation down, we want everybody employed, so that's good. More people employed. It shows the economy is strong. So not only are, rates coming down, but people are working, earning money, spending money. All of that is good. So it's a good day today, another good day, another good indication that everything's great. We didn't need to see it go down even lower, because we've already reached our target of 2% inflation. So we're happy with that. 818, yes, negative 818,000, yeah. I'll show you on the screen. It really weird, the news was delayed today and it doesn't have links. We normally have links to it. You can normally open this up and show links, but today, nothing. But you can see 818,000. Right, there you go, 818. I'm sorry we don't have the normal news. We did cover it at the time. We had Bloomberg talking about it. I don't think they're doing much about it now. They were.
Console up 3.6%.
Yeah, they were covering it earlier, but we're not covering it now. But it's all good news. Right, that's insane. Sorry, that's insane, DFJ Super Tubers. The economy is strong. Everything is fine. I'm very, very happy. Right, that's it from me. Thanks for joining. I've answered everyone's question. We're now going to go over to the extra channel. I'm going to put out this video and my a comedy video actually as well. Have you read The Trading Game, by the way? I would really recommend it. Absolutely love it. Have I read it? Oh my gosh. No, I haven't. And I haven't got any more time to do anything else other than breathe and eat some food and sleep. I'm sorry. I'd love to, but I have no time. A bit like Elon Musk, when Elon Musk says all these people constantly going to meetings, network meetings, going to meetings. When you're successful and busy, you ain't got time to go to meetings. You're busy doing stuff, and I'm busy doing stuff. I haven't got time to read a book, I'm afraid. Barely got time to do my emails, let alone anything else. I'm glad I found you, Mr. Lucas. You're a gold mine yourself. Thank you very much. That's a nice comment to make that. I like that. I'm glad I found you. You're a gold mine yourself. Thank you. Well, there you go. All right. That's it from me. I'm going to wrap up today's show. Send everyone to the extra channel. Another green day. Very, very nice indeed. I'll be paid from YouTube in about half an hour. So by the time you come back this afternoon, I would have been paid from YouTube. So I'm going to be paying down some margin. I'm going to add $1,000, which is what I get paid today. I don't get that much on YouTube, unfortunately, but I do invest it all. I will be living on bread and jam again this month because it's a very low month for me on YouTube. But my portfolio will be 110,000 by the time you come back. Because I would have put that $1,000 in. Love the content, Martyn Lucas. I've been eyeing your movement, interested in what the future holds. Thank you. Yay, not my way. Yay moi, not my way. That's a good YouTube channel name. I like that. All right, that's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. And we're not going to turn red, are we? Right on the bell. Let me on the end of the show. Let me get out of here before we turn red. That's no bloody good. Anyway, we're all good. So let me wrap up the show. Let me close down these production screens. Let me do that. Let me take you there. You've got the link for the extra channel. I think I've put it in the chat. So if you want to come behind the scenes, continue the conversation with me and the investors, not the trolls and the bots. They can't get into the extra channel. There it is. There's the link. We're going there now. I will see you back for the closing bell. Plus, we have Snowflake. If you are a member and do a $5 super chat, you can book in an earnings. And tonight we're covering Snowflake for Fight Channel. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. See you all back in a bit. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.